Yep, right he is. And these three individuals are being held. No doubt their fate is on the president's mind as he weighs all of this. And the world watches for the next move. I'm joined tonight by Republican Congressman Adam Kinzinger, who is a veteran of the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan and is a member of the Foreign Affairs Committee. This is a complex web that has been woven here, Adam. Where are we in it right now?
Well, it's new for people because if you think about it, for the last 8 years, we didn't hear President Obama talk much about this, despite, when he met with President Trump as the transition was happening, saying this was going to be his biggest challenge. And so now what you're seeing is actually an aggressive administration, and you're seeing the dance between military posturing and a credible military threat in order to use the diplomatic instrument of power to hopefully get to a peaceful solution. So it's confusing for some people that on the one hand see the president say, we're ready to strike if we need to, and then on the other hand say he's willing to meet. That's how this diplomacy works. It's trying to use pressure to bring the dictator to the table and get rid of his nukes. So I think this is actually, frankly, a pretty positive. But the sound bite you played, you're right. These hostages are being used as bargaining chips.
All right. So what happens in terms of Congress? Tonight there was supposed to be a vote on whether to step up the sanctions against North Korea. Why was that delayed? And is it going to happen tomorrow?
Yeah, I think it's just delayed as a calendar issue. We're going to do it tomorrow, and this will give much more flexibility to sanctions. So there's a lot of loopholes in the current sanction regime, from coal imports, iron imports, fishing rights, things like that. This will strengthen that. So it'll make it more powerful from the U.S. level. Secretary Tillerson, when he briefed us, made it clear we're going to work to get our allies and even our adversaries on this bandwagon. It's going to be a very long process, but this is how you do diplomacy. You do it from a position of strength, not from a position of we're going to show up and beg you to play the game with us, because they won't.
All right. The president said some things that some people thought were kind of weird. He said he'd be honored to meet him. He called him a pretty smart cookie. Sounded even slightly sympathetic, I guess, in some ways, or empathetic about a 27-year-old who takes over the leadership of his country. What do you make of those comments?
Well, I think what you're seeing is a president that's trying, again, to show a stick and to show the carrot. The stick is, hey, we've got aircraft carriers there. We have 25,000 troops. We have 40,000 in Japan. We have the THAAD missile defense system. We're ready to take action. The carrot is, hey, I'm willing, when the time's right, not now, I'm willing to meet with the dictator in order to try to get some kind of solution. I wish he wouldn't have used the term honored. He probably regrets using that. But I think the broader point is, when the time are right for talks, we'll do it. That time's not now, and we have to see willingness from North Korea to be willing to give up their nuclear weapons, or we're going to continue down this path.
Congressman, thank you. Good to see you tonight.
Anytime. You bet.
Here now,
Thanks.
David Bassi, former